Hello, everybody. My name is Roberta Robbins, and thank you for being here on my YouTube channel with me. I am a couple of days in to November, about to do a forecast reading for you guys. And I'm like, we're already a couple days into November, and I didn't even get a Scorpio thing out for you guys. I don't know how time could be going in faster, but it is, and I know a lot of you guys are feeling it. So going to catch us up where we are in Scorpio season, because we've already been here since October 22nd. And we're going to talk about the energetics, highlights, energetics, astrologically, numerology, intuitive hits, downloads, messages, feel, collective, what's going on out there for the month of November. And I'm also going to be doing a little bit of card reading. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I'm going to be doing time markers for you guys so you know where exactly go if there's something that intrigues you most. So, like what I always say with all my video readings here is these are a collective general reading, especially when I tap intuitively with the cards and that. Some will resonate with some people and some won't. Take with you what does. You know that, you feel it inside. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing, what's resonating, what feels on point for you, what is supportive, what is helpful. I'd love to hear all that. So make sure you leave me some comments. Also, I appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, and sharing if this content feels supportive for you and that you think it might be supportive for others. So I feel like lots has changed since I last did the readings for October, and I also had to do the reading for Libra season. Time is flying by, as we already talked, but lots changed. Even my setup, because if you've been following me for a few years, this looks different. I have moved, so we got a new office space here set up. So just I've been grounding in a little bit myself into all the shifting in the last few weeks. I know a lot of other people, things are moving and shifting a lot, which also makes sense with the fact that we are in Scorpio season. So, like I said, we started Scorpio season on October 22nd. That's when the sun in Scorpio entered. We moved in from letting go of Libra, letting go of an air sign, and moving into the watery depths that feels like fire when it comes to Scorpio. And why does Scorpio feel like fire when it's actually a water sign? And that's because of the depths. That is because of the energy of transformation, the energy of a death and renewal. There is a lot of going deep into the shadows of ourselves, into the shadowlands. It is also, we've had Samhain, so the wheel of the year also has shifted, and we've moved into the depths of the shadowlands there, into the crone, into the Caliac, into our medicine women, the wise sage part of us. We've journeyed through a whole Celtic year, the wheel of the year. And so Scorpio, the depths of the water signs are these highlighted about our emotions. How do we feel? And Scorpio is like, how deep within you? What is there that runs within you that you sometimes don't even go in and swim in your own waters to really feel and know yourself? And we are at this point in the season here in the Northern Hemisphere where we feel and know that nature is reflecting to us right now about letting go, right? We have the autumn where we're starting to move and think about winter already. I know here today in my area, saw the first snowfall. So winter's definitely on our minds. So there's this deepness of everything around us is reflecting. It's time to go within. And so these deep waters of Scorpio bring a death. It says, what the frig? Kindly saying that probably many other words we could use there, especially in this year. What the is ready to get gone, to be done. What do you have to be brave, courageous within yourself to really look at something? Look at probably a few things. What parts of yourself are you laying to rest? What relationships are you laying to rest? What things that you do, have been doing, places that you've been living and traveling, and your careers, and like there is just so much that says, have a little look, and look with a brave heart, look with a true heart within, because there's things that want to be buried, to be released. But from that releasing the depths rises the wisdom of who and what we are and what we've learned about ourselves even more. We start to see things, and sometimes things we have to once again be brave to look at, that but wants to rise up. And so Scorpio has that phoenix rising energy, which of course is fiery, archetype of the phoenix. And so there is this power. Scorpio holds a depth within its watery element, but it has such a fire for the power and the energy that has to happen within. So October 22nd, we already are, oh my gosh, like I am right at the start, like the 2nd here of November, 3rd of November. What I even 3rd, it's Wednesday, guys. It's the 3rd. Know that these readings are timeless, wherever you get, and there's a message in here, always trust that. So I'm already 3 days in. So we've been doing this for a while, Scorpio, and we have until the 21st of November, and then we will shift into Sagittarius, and we will shift into a fire sign. It's almost like we're prepping for this Sagittarius fire sign. So you also heard me say we had the turn of the wheel. Now, Samhain is the turn of the wheel, the turn of the Celtic wheel. And that's on the calendar where it gets noticed and marked. But there's also like what I refer to like true Samhain, which is the fact that Samhain is actually a cross-quarter day festival. It is the marker point between autumn, when autumn came in, and when winter solstice is happening, so when winter arrives. So where the true marker of that is, and that happens at between November 6th and 7th of this year, just depending on what time zone you're in. Here in the Eastern time zone where I am, it's like quarter to midnight on the 6th, when we actually have the switching and the turning of Samhain. And so there's that energy, we feel that. And the change in the times, the beginning of a new year in some ways, the deepening, the rest, the reflection. It's very much like a deeper feel than when we get it for January 1st, when we celebrate the new year in that way. There's just a depth and the wisdom, a different way to look at it. So we are in that. We've had the 31st, October 31st, and of course in just a few days we'll have the true Samhain marker happen. So there's that. And it is also the first fire festival of the Celtic wheel. So there's a lot of energy, and there's also, once again, you hear me say fire. So a lot of passion, a lot of movement, a lot of transformation that's happening here. So November, we moved into a 7 energy month. We left the lovely 6 energy month from October, where we looked at a lot of things like with relationships, with partnerships and harmony, and with love and those peace, and like what do we want in those sense within ourselves and within the people around us. Now we're moving into the 7. We have moved into the 7-month energy month, and so we have more energy building because it's a 7. Like I said, if you can't believe it's been crazy fast, put your seatbelt on because it's going to get faster. I pretty much say this every month to you guys. Been saying it for definitely over a year, but a year and a half or so that I've been doing these videos and calls on that with you guys when I do the live ones. And so it's fast, fast, fast. And we just keep on moving faster. So 7, more movement, momentum, more change, more freedom wanting. It's a very spiritual number in itself, 7. What do we want to stand for? What are the new ways? What are we ready to fight for? Because there's this real sense of moving forward in freedom. And also this up leveling of energy in the sense of awakening, a spiritual awakening energy, things being shown, things going, aha, holy crap, for some people. Aha, oh, wow. We'll expect it pretty much all the time here in November, especially collectively media, when whatever you're following, however you're hearing it, there's going to be a lot of that. And then for some, there's going to be a huge big transformation and some really deep and dark transformation for those that just haven't, to a point, they've been following a particular narrative and looking a certain direction. There'll be something for certain people that will just totally open up, and some it will be very startling, is what I hear, startling. And there we get the energetics of that Scorpio energy being played in here throughout this month, with along with what we're seeing collectively, what will be happening. There's going to be a lot of shifting, especially with this new moon that's coming up on the 4th, which is just tomorrow from when I'm doing this video. There's going to be a lot of things. And for some, it will be possibly quite dark night of the soul, and some a little more gentle, and some that will be like, yes, I see, okay, got it, empowering, anchoring even more, and a space where they're holding more space for others that are seeing with new spiritual eyes, is what I'm hearing. So other recaps of energetics for this month. So new moon, you heard me say that, new moon on the 4th in Scorpio new moon. So it's going to be powerful, guys. I feel like we're saying this a lot. We all the other astrologers out there, and those of us intuitive or downloading, getting messages, all these different things. It's just, they're powerful and different, just with different turns of the dial, right? There's just different aspects. And this one with this new moon in Scorpio, there's just like this, are you guys ready? There's going to be a real shift over happening. I think we're, after this 4th, we're going to see more rumblings, more things come to light as the moon itself starts to become to light. The other thing is, the 4th is the opening of the eclipse season for this winter season. So be prepared. It's the opening, meaning we will have a lunar eclipse with our full moon this month, which is on the 19th, which will be in Taurus, a Taurus full moon. It will be a partial lunar eclipse then, and that will be, like I said, on the 19th. But on this new moon is the opening of the passage, opening up the energy, opening up the gateway. It's like, we kind of talk about that when we hear a lot about Mercury retrograde these days. And the last year or two, we're now hearing the shadow side. It's in its shadow, right? Then we're talking about these 2 weeks out before Mercury goes retrograde and 2 weeks after. There's like this opening of the portal of this essence on the new moon. So we have that. We started this month too. We started with an 8 energy, wanting to master, wanting to step into mastering in all aspects of ourselves. Where have we journeyed? What do we know? What do we want to anchor into? We're ending this month on a 1 energy month, which is what we ended October on too. So wanting new beginnings is like a double anchoring in, wanting new beginnings with that one. What else is going? So 19th, I think, are you guys, full moon, Taurus, partial lunar eclipse happened that day. It's an 8 energy day. Our last full moon in October on the 20th was an 8 energy day too. And we started this month, like I said, on an 8 energy day. So there's a lot of 8s happening here that are really standing out very strong right now, saying, giving the chance, asking within ourselves, where do we need to put more attention to master certain things within ourselves? What do we need to be aware that we are holding ourselves very well and mastering and weaving our energy mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and to pause and look and maybe fine tune. And there's this amping up, this power of amping of the 8 that I'm feeling and seeing throughout the month, and themes that are going on, rhythms that are happening here. What else for you guys? So the other main thing, of course, we move into Sagittarius season. I got little cheat notes because I try to keep it all in my brain, but I got to throw it down here sometimes so I don't forget to tell you guys. So Sagittarius season, we let go of Scorpio. We move into Sagittarius on November 21st. So we leave, like I said, you heard me just talk about Scorpio and all the things about Scorpio, water, fixed sign, water, ruled by Pluto, Lord of the underworld, also has really originally of Mars, masculine energy movement. But we have this Sagittarius season on the 21st, and then we move into, like I said, the fire sign. We move into a mutable sign. We move into Jupiter ruling this particular zodiac sign, and Jupiter is, right, it's huge, it's big, it's about blessings and abundance, which is wonderful. So there's usually blessings and abundance. And if we think about Scorpio or Sagittarius itself, the symbol of that is the archer, right? Wanting adventure, getting focused on something, claiming, moving forward. There is also still this very like fire signs carry like an I am energy from when it starts with Aries on the zodiac wheel. The I am, the birthing, it's the first sign, it's the first fire. And then we move to Leo and we get energy growing and building, and the essence there still holding a bit more of the I am and a bit of the ego inner focus of goals and passion and driven. Now we get to this third and final fire sign, Sagittarius. And it moves into like the wisdom stage. And any of you guys that I know, some of my students that have been doing the soul astrology with me, you guys are going, yes, we've learned about this. And so we're talking just recently about this is in the third, like deacon, the third part, the wisdom, the crone part of the zodiac wheel. So Sagittarius is learned something from being the younger fire signs throughout the wheel, and will carry like what is important, where am I getting focused and taking aim on what I want, what new roads, new adventure do I want in my life? And this is the big question. And we start thinking about that, especially as we start to wind down and think about the end of this calendar year. So these are the energetics that are happening, playing out for November 2021. We all probably will have moments we'll breathe deeply. And I highly recommend that. Breathe deeply, ground yourself in, take moments just to be present. Allow the nature, what's beyond your windows, what's outside your door, get outside, enjoy it. Listen, see what the reflection of what you're learning, what you're feeling. Come back as often as you need to just to ground, because things are speeding up. There's going to be a lot of things collectively, guys, that are going to be revealed and shown in different ways. What's happening in this world, we're not done. We are going through a huge shift, a big paradigm shift right now, and we have to go. We're going through like the birthing canal. We are being birthed ourselves, and the feeling that restriction within that sense, and we at the same time are the parents, the mother, even the father, that's like there with like the breath and breathing, the energy and the focus that has to happen to get a child out into the world. We are in like the energetics, the duality of both, feeling both sides of this right now. And there's a lot of, like I said, letting go and of things right now, especially things that we were doing. Some of us aren't allowed to go do friendships, alignments of various things are being let go, at least for the time being. There's a lot of loss and grief happening. We have to be very gentle, very nurturing. Hear, see, what's going on, and also take the time to find the balance so that you can not be taken under by all the shifting, but that we are going through something collectively so that we can move to another turning point on this planet. We have learned these things, we've read about them, we know they've happened at other times, and we are in one. And it takes a little time. There's no, I want to say, don't buy into the, we're going back if you do this. If you do this, then we'll give you, apparently they will give you back what was. There's no what was, guys. We are creating. We know that you have the power and the wisdom to create what you want, and you get an input in it. So be wise, be brave at this time. Lots of messages there, right? So this is where I will be doing a time marker for you guys as we shift. So doing a reading here with some cards for you guys for November. I'm going to go into that part here now. Part 2, maybe break the video up because there was so much in the first part. So November 2021, looking at a numerology forecast, like energetically for this month, I was pulled out the theme, the energetic top note being the 9 of diamonds, and then working with the 9 of hearts and the Queen of hearts with our gifting of our 10 of clubs. So what the heck does that mean when you're like, I don't know anything about this, Roberta? So this is telling me when I do this is we are letting go. First of all, we got 2 9s and red 9s and energy and movement. So there is an active energy of like things ending. There's things we're going to see ending overall throughout this month. There's going to be shifting financially with certain things collectively. Some of us are going to feel it, some of us not so much, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be affecting all of us differently, but we're all part of the system. So we're going to all notice there's going to be some shifting in November here. They let it go, different opportunities will come up, but there is an ending that we're going to see, especially in the financial world of things. How we get our money, how we spend our money, how we, work with that, how we give, take, earn, all these things are going to be happening throughout this month. And then we get, this view of also this 9 of hearts with the Queen of hearts, 2 hearts that are working here together as support and guidance and medicine for the month. And so there's endings that are happening in regards to the heart, into the regards to like our relationships, how we feel within ourselves. There's going to be awareness awakenings, I hear, as we let go, so we can step into something that's more aligned and more healthy for all of us. We're going to see a lot of things with relationships, different kinds of relationships, things ending and being done. But the beautiful thing is we got this Queen of hearts with it. And this Queen of hearts is saying, you're going to step into the beauty of your divine feminine within you and into a higher essence of self-love, like purpose and knowing. And there's going to be a deeper passion that's coming in, wisdom, that in regards to how we love, how we nurture, how do we nurture ourselves from day to day, every day, but how are we really coming together in a stronger, fuller, unconditional, compassionate way with others too. So things are letting go and ending, but to bring in something that's pure and higher for us. And then the gift throughout the month is this fullness of understanding how we communicate. and communication can be in so many different ways, but they're stepping into like a journey of how we've learned to think, how we've learned to speak, various ways of our communication. We're learning how to do things in a different way and be more masterful, and that we've gone through a journey, and we're getting to this point to understanding the awareness that there has been a journey, how we relate with each other, how we communicate with each other, how we communicate with ourselves. So numerology wise for the month, message there. So let's go into some other cards. Pick up those cards there. So I'm going to ask for just some supportive guidance like I normally do. What's some support that's coming in for all of us? A collective support. I've got a few decks here for that. And then some messages. This is from the Oracle cards that I'll use here. And then a little theme and message from Tarot. Support and guidance for us collectively for the month of November 2021 to support us through, I don't want to say this dark tunnel for change. We're going through change. What support is here? Reminder. This is Water Guardian. It says connect with your emotions. Yet you're not going to have any choice but to do that. Connect with your emotions. Water, right? Once I said, we're in Scorpio season, we're in a water season. The water elements are about our emotions. So we need to connect. We need to go in deeply, be strong, be brave. What are you feeling? What is there? Be present with them. Allow things to move. Breathe. Allow everything that's surfacing in there. Be present and allow things to shift and move through you like water so it can rise and release. And then we got, let's get another message here. Well, that's interesting. I got a couple of cards from another deck shoved in this deck, which is really interesting. I'm just going to slide those out. Another support and guidance message for us collectively for this month of November. For Spirit Divine to help us, give us a little guidance, reminders as we're navigating. This flew right out. What do you need to release? Yeah, what do you need to release? Perfect time, you need to release. There is things you need to release. The question is, like, what do you want to carry with you? Like, if there's shit that you don't want to be carrying with you, it's time to release those, release the burdens, release the storylines and the things and the heaviness that's sitting within you, within your mind, within your tissue, within the emotions. It's time to release. So what is there? What do you need to release? And with this new moon, perfect time just to empty out. And the fact that we have the true Samhain, another, the turning of the wheel, the emptying out so we can get in and reflect. All of that before we enter, our full moon in that lunar eclipse, which is that void energy of emptying. So there's a lot of points this month to empty out, to release. So take time for it. And okay, so I've got the tarot card here, one of my favorite decks that I always talk about, the Light Seers deck. Chris Hans, she has a new deck out. I believe it just got released. I will be having some new decks during Numerology. Just promoting other people's stuff here. A Numerology deck just came out. It's an Oracle deck by Yasin. And then there is a Kyle Gray, which I use a lot of you if you guys follow me, he will have a new deck come out in the next couple of weeks. And there is a new Star Code Astrology deck, which I just ordered by Heather Robbins. I love her last name. Easy one for me to obviously remember. So I was tapped into this deck here. Spirit, I'm asking for support and guidance. I hear we're going to do a card for each week, 4 weeks, a card for each week. Heads up, support themes for the 4 weeks of November. So week 1, we got the Ace of Wands, so new beginnings, fire, waking up. Okay, Ace of Wands, first week of November, supporting, guiding, waking up, expanding, letting things rise, letting emotions, fieriness of things. Once again, we got a lot of fire energy happening. To awaken what you know, awaken what is true within you, be strong, new beginnings, power, center, source, first week in November. That's what we got going on there. So the second week in November, that one definitely want to come out. The 9 of Pentacles, another 9. 9, just numerology, we think endings, but this one here also, like 9 of Pentacles, is being strong and centered within yourself. It is the entrepreneur who's solid, who has the finances, has everything that she or he is needing, gets a lot of choice there. There's one more pentacle. They are seeking for complete fulfillment, which then allows in community and other people and all that. That 9, this is like a Capricorn card here, the 9 of Pentacles. Very solid and sure within self. It's an entrepreneur card. So, you know, feeling sure, feeling grounded, knowing what you have, what do you need, what don't you need, knowing that you have the resources of many things. So there may be in the second week, what I'm hearing is the second week of November, because I do know we're going to start to hear some stuff financially, different things happening in the collective, in the world. There's going to be a pick and choosing with what you want, what you need, seeing what you have and how you want to arrange everything in your life. So week 3, November. The 3 of Wands. We're getting a lot of fire once again here. So where's the new journey? Where are you heading out? There is this choice, this expansion. I think by week 3, there's going to be these questions of, well, what now? I think there's going to be some, well, for the next while, we're going to be constantly seeing some new things pop up, new pieces of information, evidence, truth, things come into light. And I think there's going to be like, what do you want? Where you're going with this? How do you want to navigate this? Will be the inner questions of that. What's being shown. In the 4th week of Eight of Wands. 8 of Wands there. So another 8, we're talking about 8s before, a lot of 8 energy and movement and mastery. And there's a lot of like, what choices, what's being put in here. There's usually a lot of, once again, with the 8, there's a lot of energy that's being moved. When we think of the 8 of Wands, things are going to start coming in really fast and quick. There's going to be changes that are going to be happening faster than we've seen. A lot of them will be choices within us. We're going to be affected by collectively with things, but there's going to be, how do you want to navigate these? How fast? How are you going to master all aspects of yourself, all these choices, as things move very quick and fast and very passionately And yeah, with fire, we also know that fire can come up with a lot of anger. How do we wield? How do we accept? How do we feel? But also, how do we feel the fires of like what we believe in, what we know, what is true for us? All of that's going to come really quick and fast towards the end of the month. And there's going to be choices and decisions. And how do we master it all? How are we navigating it? That was pretty powerful. Those are pretty powerful cards there with the deck. And so I'm just going to leave us with a little bit, maybe something a little more grounding and nurturing for us. I'm going to do a card. I'm just hearing this now because you guys know sometimes I get not very often anymore. I think when I first started this channel, I was doing the readings this way. I would get a little bit of a hit before the recording of the format. And I find these days it's in the moment of what's going to be called. And so I'm hearing grab a card for each of the zodiac signs. So I'm going to do 12 cards here, guys, just to finish off the reading portion of November 2021. Once again, thank you guys that follow me, that I see you guys like and you comment and that you share. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy sharing these the energetics for the month ahead in different ways, and I hope that just giving you some overview and kind of key foundational pieces can help you and easier for you to navigate, because there's a lot there, but these things hopefully will be easy and tangible for you to digest and move in and go, oh yeah, that felt powerful and I'm putting that down. Sometimes I say come with pen and paper, especially when I do the first part. So asking for a card, a nice grounding nurturing card from the Whispering Woods little deck. It's a cute little deck, which I bring out every once in a while. So we're starting with the zodiac sign. If I had my astrology students here, I'd be testing right now. I'm like, what's the first one on the wheel, guys? And just another thing, I will be running my soul astrology, my intuitive soul astrology, January 11th. We are going to start again, and it'll be weekly for 7 weeks. My first group is just winding down, and I look forward to offering it again. So first sign, this is for Aries. The card for Aries is for love and support for this month of November. Strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. That is beautiful. I don't know if that'll focus for you guys. Will that focus? No, it will not. Sometimes it does. So strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. So Aries, remind yourself you're strong. When you're feeling a little washed around, whipped around by things, ground, root, get outside and know that you have strong roots within yourself. You got your sacred tools. I know you do. So moving on to Taurus, second on the astrology wheel. Nice earthy fixed sign, Taurus. Word for Taurus. Cleanse. Wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. Probably still can't see that. Read it one more time for you. Taurus is out there. It says cleanse is the word. Wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. So next we're going to go to Gemini, air sign, the twins. One just flipped right on out. This is trust. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. Well, I'm just telling you, I hear a lot of messages coming through. What I could say about that in this day and age, what's going on in the world. So trust yourself. Trust what you know. Trust your inner being. Trust your truth. Trust what you're made of. Not the branch that you sit on. You can take that and feel into that, Gemini. So, and then next is Cancer, watery cardinal Cancer sign, feminine, ruled by the moon. So you guys, I'm teaching astrology just right here on this little foundations. Cancer, patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. So everything can be accomplished. Patience. Be with nature. Let nature show you the rhythms and feel in those rhythms yourself. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. Moving on to Leo, fiery Leo. Journey. Branch out to new worlds. Journey. Branch out to new worlds. This could be just, branch out into other communities, your connections, your people, spiritually, soulfully. Maybe also do some meditation, some journeys, some astral travel, expand yourself in different ways from this 3D realm into the 5D realm and beyond, expand in different ways in that sense of a journey too. And then we're going into Virgo, earthy Virgo, mutable, earthy Virgo. Sign for November here. Surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. So be surprised. Look where you don't normally look. See what you don't normally see. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. And then moving along to Libra, another air sign. I always think Lady Justice, the justice skills with Libra. Dance. Allow yourself some time for fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. Lots of nature, a lot of rhythm. Get outside, move your body, play, have fun, dance. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. That is so beautiful. Now a message for Scorpio sign, which I talk a lot about. It's actually one of my favorite signs. Wouldn't say it's one of the easiest seasons though, guys. It's like, be prepared to do some inner work. Go deep. It's there. There's a lot of cards jumped out, messages there. There's one card message, please, for Scorpio. Wish. Make a wish with the dandelion in the woods, in the winds, or you could do it in the woods too. Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. Now, we don't have any dandelions at this time of season in Northern Hemisphere, but make a wish, go outside. This is the time of year that the wind picks up. Leaves are still being blown off the trees. It's like it rains. Leaves are swirling around. Get outside. A lot of get outside here. Get outside, guys. Hear and feel the wind and make a wish. What do you want? State it, put it out there. And then a message for Sagittarius. Transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. Transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. Perfect for Sagittarius. Get ready to get out there and bloom. Capricorn. Capricorns. Uncertainty. The shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. So things right now, Capricorns, Cappies, there's uncertainty. You're not sure? Well, that's okay. The shades of the gray within the fog will eventually lift. Clarity and truth is coming. In Aquarius, retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scents. So time to nurture. Stop. Go do something for yourself. Surround yourself with beauty. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scents. And our last sign of the wheel, which would be Pisces, the last water sign. For Pisces. Time. Embrace the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. Interesting. We've had a few morning, get out there in the morning, wake up in the morning, get up early. There could be just a message there for some of you. The time. Think about the time and essence. Embrace in the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. I'm also hearing the message, what is here, what is now? Embrace, enjoy, be grateful for what is. Take it in, because things shift and change, right? So be grateful and be present. All right. Thank you guys for hanging in there. It's been a long reading. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know. Like I said, I always like to hear it, hear how it's resonating, hear how you're doing, all of it. And plus, I always like to hear if you have any thoughts of, oh, Roberta, I would like to hear a little bit about this, or like a reading about that. Send me a message about that. I'm always looking for new thoughts and ideas on how to support you guys as we navigate each month, each sacred cycle, each Sabbath that runs around the wheel of the year, the weeklies, all the in-betweens, all of it. Anyhow, thank you so much, and have a beautiful, transformative November.